Hey guys, it's Liza Live here for Fit Tip Friday. And even though we don't love being inside today, we're really gonna make this fun. So for today's Fit Tip, I have the very beautiful Takara Taylor. So I know a lot of you recognize her. I love to utilize her in as many of our promotions as possible. And so Takara, tell us a little bit about how long you've been here with Apple and who's an Apple famous person that you know.
Oh. So I've been a member like 16 years.
16 years!
My oldest was a baby.
Oh, and Takara has how many kids?
I have 6 children.
6 kids.
Oh, yes.
Incredible.
And
yes.
my husband is Mike the trainer.
Mike the trainer Taylor.
He's the famous one here at the Apple, yes.
Yes, absolutely. And the reason why I contacted Takara is she is an avid runner. And for those of you that have never done running before, Takara, why don't you tell our viewers, say someone like me that would love to be a runner. I mean, I've been dreaming about being a runner for years. My fiance will laugh about this. But I have been wanting to be a runner for a long time. I see runners, I'm like, I want to do that. I have no idea where to start. So why don't you tell the viewers, what your history with running is and why you feel like it's beneficial.
Okay, so it's a funny history. Little disclaimer here because I'm not a professional. I like to run, and I used to really hate running. When I was in high school, I had to run like a mile for volleyball and basketball training, and I would hide in the bushes. And they would come right by, and I'd be like, "Oh, hey, you're so fast!" Anyway, so it wasn't until I was had my fourth baby, and I turned 30, and the weight was not coming off like I wanted it to, and my friend actually was like, "Well, why don't you try running?" She was running, she was a runner, and I was like, "Oh, it's so gross, I don't want to run."
Why is the running the answer? Yeah.
So, but then long story short, I signed up for a 5K, really, really liked it, and was actually pretty good at it.
So cool.
And then it just went off from there. I did a 10K and really liked it, and then a half marathon, and then the marathon, and I qualified. I'll toot my horn, qualified for Boston 2 times.
Isn't that amazing? The Boston Marathon.
I haven't ran it, but that's because I was having babies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna get there soon. And then my ultimate goal this summer is to run a 50-miler. So
50 miles.
I'm here to tell you that you can hate running at first, but I mean, once you start noticing the results in your body, not only like physically, but mentally for sure, like those natural endorphins. My kids can always tell if I haven't gone for a run because I'm grumpy.
Those are definitely some of the benefits. They say running is cheaper than therapy.
Yeah.
And so that's what's cool about running is, when you get that burst of energy. They talk about the runner's high. I do have to admit, Takara, I have had runner's high once, and I will never forget it. So ever since that, I've been seeking that elusive high and have yet to find it. Takara's my girl, going to show us how, especially if you've never done running before. Okay, so we have our Life Fitness machines. And to start with, I'm actually going to pull the camera. It might get shaky. Y'all are going to yell at me. But I really want you to be able to see the way that Takara sets up this. So Juan is our camera guy today, but I'm going to sneak in here. Perfect. Okay, Takara.
Okay, so these are super easy. There's the go button.
Okay.
Push the go button. There are also programs that you can do. You can put in your calories so you can figure out how many calories you're burning.
Okay.
See right here, you can push courses. And depending on what you want to do, what you're training for, there's like beach runs, there's trail runs, like a mountain trail run if you want.
What do you typically choose when you're doing this, Takara? Like, what's your go-to program?
Okay, so I just do the manual because I get bored with certain things. So
Yeah.
I like to be in control and be able to push, like, go a little faster or put in a little hill whenever I want to.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
like,
The manual. And how many minutes do you warm up for? They talk about the runner's warm up. So how long do you warm up for?
so I usually go. I like to do around the track. I just push the track. It's super boring, I know, but that way I can tell, like, okay, if I have a goal, if I'm going to go like 4 times around the track, which is a mile,
Yeah.
I'll warm up for maybe halfway around the track and just walking. Just
Okay.
walk like at a 3.5, whatever.
There we go.
Whatever your pace is.
And how long do you typically run? Like, what would you recommend for beginners, say like me?
Okay. So there's like couch to 5K things, like if you've never ran before, which are really good. So those plans, they usually are like, you have something to do every day.
Okay.
So say like the first day, you walk for like a mile.
Okay.
You can do that. Anybody can do that. Even like walk a half mile. And then you start from there. So like the second day, you would maybe run. So you would walk maybe like 400 meters, and then you run for 400 meters, and you walk, and then you run. A lot of people use apps on their phone to run,
Okay.
so they can keep track of their distance. Like Map My Run is good, Strava is good. So those are free apps you can put on your phone.
Now the MyZone, how does that correlate with running? Can you utilize the MyZone we offer here at Apple
So
to do running?
Yeah, you can, when you're wearing, because the MyZone you can wear outside the club too, right?
Yeah.
So you get the MyZone app, and you can tell on there, not distance because it doesn't have GPS,
Okay.
but you can figure out what your heart rate is, and your MEPs, and your calories burned,
Awesome.
which is really cool.
Okay.
So I've gone halfway around the track, so then you just want to bump it up.
Okay.
Oh, another good thing is when you first start running, you need good shoes.
Oh yeah, good shoes. She's got some really. Oh, and I know that you're friends with Gray.
Yes.
That owns Kate.
So I get all my shoes from Bill's Bike and Run
Awesome.
because they're so knowledgeable there.
Yeah, they're a great crew, and they just opened their second Bill's Bike and Run.
Third, actually, third. There's one in Rexburg.
Okay.
There's one by Snake River Landing, and they opened one just in Ammon now.
Awesome.
So you just want to have a comfortable, conversational pace.
Okay.
So I'm talking to you, and that's
Your hubby's really good at that. He can run and have a conversation at the same time. For me, I'm like winded. I can barely when I'm on the actual treadmill.
if you're doing a training plan for like a 5K or 10K,
Okay.
you will have a day where you will do like speed training,
Okay.
and a day where you do like some hill training. So, and then a long run day.
Okay, so as far as form, see for me, like when I run, I always am curious about the way to form my body because I'm tall and lanky, and sometimes I feel really awkward, and that's part of the reason I don't like to run in public. And so as far as form goes on an actual treadmill, what do you feel like is good? It depends on what feels good. Is there a certain way that you have to have your arms, your legs? Because I have absolutely no idea.
So you want to try and use the least amount of energy possible.
Okay.
So with your arms, you don't want to be all like stiff, clenched. You want to be pretty loose. Okay. And just like at a 90-degree angle with your arms. And your feet, you want to, they see to do like a mid-toe strike, so like a mid-foot.
Okay.
Not your heel. Because if you're hitting your heel first, it's like you're putting on the brakes.
Yeah.
Not hurts.
Okay.
So mid-foot, like the ball of your foot,
Okay.
and back. That's what
And
they
you
say.
don't want to do the Phoebe run from Friends. The flailing the arms, that's what I feel like I look like when I'm running. So
As long as you're out there running,
yeah,
it's okay.
that's all that matters.
Yeah, one other thing, I mean, don't get down on yourself. If you want to be a runner,
Okay.
try it. That's all you have to do. Just try it and
Very cool.
keep going at it.
Yeah, definitely, and it helps you stay fit. So if you have any other questions and want to ask Tara, pick your brain, you can comment here. I know she's super good about tuning in to our Facebook, and her husband does a lot of Facebook Lives. He does phenomenal, and she's really incredible. So be sure that you.
Do you want to try?
Yeah. Do I want to try? I don't know. I know that I'll probably fail and go. It'll be some good viewing footage. So be sure you tune in next week for Fit Tip Friday, and like Takara said, be sure if you haven't ran before, try it out. Yeah, it's pretty fun. All right, thanks for tuning in, you guys. Stay fit. Thanks, Takara.
Bye.